Alright, man, peace. You know, brothers, a few months ago I did a video on Mr. Devin Booker, the standout shooting guard of the Phoenix Suns, called "Is Devin Booker Just a Talented Loser?" And the reason why I did that video is because it was very apparent to me at the time that he was captivated by his own ability to score over many of the opposing teams in the NBA. He had a streak where he had 50 points in consecutive games. I think he was trying to get 50 points in 3 straight games, and he failed in that endeavor. He had a 70-point game against the Boston Celtics a couple of years ago in a losing effort. And he seems to be more concerned with getting his own thing off than actually being a player that can elevate his team. And that came to the forefront, in my view, in a practice session, an open run that he had recently, where Joakim Noah's team, who was facing off against Devin Booker's team, decided that they were going to trap Devin Booker along the sideline, and he got very frustrated. He claimed, "We're supposed to be working on our games, bro." I don't even know what the hell that means, because when you play a real NBA game, you do have to know how to make your teammates better, and that means that you have to move the ball when you're double teamed or when you're trapped. So the fact that he got upset by that tells me that, in his view, him making himself better is how can I become a better scorer? And that's not really what his team needs from him at this point in time. They need him to elevate his understanding of the game so that he can empower his other teammates and make his own scoring opportunities easier for him. So anyway, they're going to talk about it. I'm going to chime in.
Van's favorite video of the day, he's been talking about this all morning. Devin Booker playing pickup basketball and caught complaining about something on video. That Van is, how would you describe this?
I would describe it as Charmin soft baby talk.
I agree. And I very rarely agree with Van Lathan and his super liberal Negro ass, but I agree with him on this one. Devin Booker's coming off as real soft, and he's really just revealing who he is and his outlook on the game. And that is basically, he's a right-handed version of James Harden. He just wants to shoot all the time and put up illustrious numbers.
Oh, so here's our Charmin soft baby talk clip of the day. Take a look at Devin Booker out there.
And when I say he's a right-handed version of James Harden, I'm talking about in the making, because he has not accomplished anywhere near what James Harden has accomplished in his career thus far.
That's Devin with the ball.
Hey, bro, we're not doubling an open gym, bro.
Devin Booker said, "We're not doubling in an open gym." He gets trapped on the sideline and immediately turns the ball over. So what are you going to do in a real NBA game when supposedly you're trying to help your team make it to the playoffs for the first time?
Season, bro. Come on, man. Let's work on our game, bro. Let's work on our game. Part of the game.
Joakim Noah said, "Yeah, we are going to be doubling you. We are going to be trapping you in this part of the game," and he's right.
Okay, so he's crying because he was being double teamed in a gym workout, which apparently breaks like the
No, it's not a
code.
workout. If it was a workout, it would make no sense to double. They're playing a game. They're picking up.
Yeah, that's called drills. You work on your one-on-one moves with your coach or with another teammate. That's when you're drilling certain components of your offensive repertoire to improve yourself, to increase your proficiency, so that in certain situations you know how to score the basketball. But if you're playing a real game, you have to expect real defensive situations. You should welcome that.
Open run. First of all, I wouldn't even call that a double. A double. He's beyond the three-point line. That's a trap because he's got the sideline pass.
Absolutely.
Just pass the ball and get back into play.
Absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, I really, this has been, I have not seen one.
He's complaining because he's a spoiled brat. Devin Booker is one of those guys who was a very highly touted prospect when he went to Kentucky. He didn't get that much playing time in Kentucky because that team was so stacked. I believe they had Karl Anthony Towns on that squad. I believe that's the team that lost to Jahlil Okafor and them in the NCAA finals, maybe back in 2014 or 2015, one of those years. He got drafted by Phoenix. He's ended up being an outstanding scorer, and he's allowed himself to totally get enraptured by scoring empty baskets. And there have been players like that in the NBA in the 80s and 90s. You had guys like Reggie Theus, even Mitch Richmond in the 90s, who would put up big scoring seasons, but their team never did anything. So Devin Booker has to decide who and what he wants to be in the NBA, because you can't keep selling people on this notion that you want to win when in all reality all you want to do is score.
One person, and this video has been going everywhere, that's agreed that is some kind of way cowardly to sit another guy in an open run. Like, I don't get that.
In a pickup basketball game, though, you've seen people.
I get doubled all the time in pickup
Because
basketball.
people want to say they took down the TMZ.
Yeah.
Whatever. It happens.
Chris Brown already did.
They double. They double.
Is that Ben Simmons in the game, or am I just?
That was Ben Simmons. I saw Joakim Noah. I saw Devin Booker. It's a lot of guys. Joakim Noah was the guy telling them, yeah, first of all, we working on our game. Okay?
Right, there's no double.
So we working on our game. Cool. So you're not going to have to beat a double in the NBA?
Like, by the way, he's had a 5-year, $158 million contract extension with the Suns in 2018. He's one of the highest paid players in all of professional sports. I know we're saying he's rich, but my point is, like, if you're going to get paid like a superstar and you're going to be a superstar, guess what? Things happen like that. You
It's just like it's a game in there.
And this is nothing. I mean, give me a break. You're getting upset over a double team in an open run? Are you that desperate to just jack up shots?
We really gotta try to double him. Like, are we gonna draw plays on the side, like when we get water?
So what don't we do? We're not. Are we running screen and roll in the field game? Of course we are.
Yes, of course.
All right. So are we rebounding?
Yeah.
Are we boxing out?
Yes.
So why can't you send another guy?
Taking these like extraordinary measures to shut somebody down.
That's
It's
extraordinary.
extra.
That's it. Go back, run the video again. What's extraordinary? Like, look, they pass the ball to the corner.
I mean, you can call it a trap or a double, but
a pass ball to the top. He's got 5 seconds to make his move. He don't do nothing. Here comes the other man.
Yeah, because he was focused on his little one-on-one move. See, bad habits like this here he gets from poor coaching in Phoenix. Either that or he's a very bad listener. But just the fact that he turns the ball over here with a very light trap should tell everyone who's paying attention to what they're viewing that he does not know how to handle this type of pressure. And he folds under pressure when he gets double teamed. And when I say folding under pressure, I'm not talking about not making a shot, because there are different ways to fold under pressure. Some players don't know how to pass or when to pass. Carmelo Anthony been in the league for 16 years, 17 years, and he still has issues with a trap on the sideline.
Devin is weak sauce.
I don't like it. By the way, I love Devin Booker, but I don't like this. Come on, Devin.
Yeah, I like Devin Booker too. I think that he has a lot of potential, but he has to get out of his own way and he has to stop worshiping himself.
My favorite Devin Booker video is the one where his friends got into a fist fight at that hotel a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Remember that video? Where his buddy, there's Devin wearing a mask, trying to be like a bandito or something like that, and all of a sudden there's a big fist fight, and remember Devin?
You wasn't complaining about the double team then?
Yeah, he wasn't complaining about it. There he is, there's Devin. Look, where all these guys are beating up this dude. Devin comes with wars on his face.
You wasn't complaining about a double team then?
Yeah, there's a double team now, Devin Booker.
But anyway, that's basically it on that. Hopefully Devin Booker humbles himself and starts to understand that there are many more components to the game that he's going to have to embrace if he wants to start winning. So peace.